Most players don't know that they're spending their raid medals completely inefficiently, and in today's video I'm going to be showing for you guys the best use for raid medals at every town hall level. With that all being said, let's just jump into the raid shop and get started. First of all, I would just like to say avoid buying any of these capital decorations at all costs, because honestly, who really cares about the capital decorations? Anyways, these capital decorations are extremely expensive and offer no value in progressing in Clash of Clans, so I just wouldn't get them unless you want to collect them all. Next up is my personal favorite way to spend your raid medals, which is obviously reinforcing your clan castle. This isn't necessarily really the best way you can spend your raid medals, but if you are in a clan that doesn't have a ton of active donators where you have to wait a long time for clan castle, this is kind of a good choice for you. Probably the best value if you're not getting donations from your clan otherwise. So yeah, just another thing you can do with your raid medals. Highly recommend it. Moving back into the trader shop here, we have the ores, which is the most recent addition to the raid medal shop. Now the ores are always going to be a safe option, and I encourage most players who play Clash of Clans to spend their resources and their raid medals into the ore purchases. This is basically just because it seems like we're always behind on those new equipment upgrades, especially with Clash of Clans releasing so many new pieces of legendary hero equipment. It's just always great bang for your buck to be shoving those resources into the ores, especially the glowy ore. Highly recommend picking this up every week. Now, moving a little bit past the ores here in the shop, we have the ability to buy 2.5 million gold, 2.5 million elixir, or 25,000 dark elixir in the raid medal shop. Now, in general, I'm going to recommend you avoid purchasing any resources in the raid medal shop because it is super easy to farm up 2.5 million gold or elixir. I just feel like in comparison to some other things you could spend your raid medals on, these resources are not that crucial for progression. If you are, however, just a casual player who doesn't have a lot of time to spend farming in this game, you are okay to just pick up some resources if that's how you want to play, so you can get those upgrades progressing. Moving our way along here, we have the builder gold and builder elixir, which is a little bit cheaper than the normal resources. Now, these options can be absolutely great if you are not done getting your 6th builder yet, but if you have your 6th builder, I would probably avoid spending any of your resources on builder gold or builder elixir. But if you are yet to unlock that 6th builder, make sure you're dumping into the builder elixir especially, so you can get those hero upgrades done, because they can get very costly. The gold, on the other hand, I would pretty much avoid at all cases because there's almost nothing you need to use gold for in the builder base. That's going to get you closer to getting that 6th builder unlocked. Moving on here, we also have the training potion, which is a great alternative to buying the normal resources. If you're available to actively farm for an hour, you're going to get way more than 2.5 million resources out of 100 raid medals rather than spending 300 raid medals on the resources. So overall, the training potion, great value if it's something you want to pick up and you want to spend the time to grind the game. On the other hand here, the clock tower potion is probably the worst way you can spend your raid medals overall. Like, seriously, just don't buy this thing. It is not worth the raid medals at all. You can progress through the builder base just fine without it. Do not spend your raid medals on clock tower potions. Next up here, we have the builder star jar, which I do not understand at all why this is even an option to buy from the raid medal shop. 2 of this magic item costs more than just picking up a million builder elixir, and unless you're in a super high league, you're not going to be getting more resources out of the builder star jar than just buying the resources straight out. Overall, it's just bad value compared to buying the resources straight out, so I would avoid this at all costs. Next up, we're going to move on to the hero potion and the power potion, which are very situational to your own personal situation. Now, these items can offer a ton of value for people that are rushed or people that are new to a town hall level, like just upgrading to town hall 13, town hall 14, or etc. But it's kind of one of those items that you have to pick and choose when you want to spend the resources and buy those things, so that way you can use them for clan war league, or whatever else you need it for. Next up here, we have the resource potion, which yet again is kind of a bad way to be spending your raid medals. The only case in which you should buy resource potions is if you're not a very active player, you like playing casually, you don't really have time to farm, you can pop some resource potions, and it can be super great for getting extra passive income to do upgrades in your village. So if you are that kind of player, feel free to pick some of these up. Lastly, I would like to say, as far as magic items go, the research potion is probably the best value you can get in the entire raid medal shop. For the low price of 200 raid medals, you get to cut off 24 hours of laboratory research time, which is absolutely huge. Lastly, we have the wall rings here, which basically offer you double value of just buying straight out resources if you are just trying to progress walls. This is a great option if you have wall upgrades you want to catch up on, but it can only be used for walls, so that's kind of up to you to decide if you want to spend your time on walls or if you want to spend your time on time. In most circumstances though, I'm going to say that there's better options out there, like the research potion or some builder based loot if you don't have your 6th builder. Anyways guys, that concludes my complete guide for how to spend your raid medals in Clash of Clans. Make sure to comment below how you like to spend your raid medals in Clash of Clans, and make sure you guys check out this video where I go in depth on how you can best spend your clan war league medals in the game.